And welcome to my channel. And in this video I'm going to do a walkthrough tutorial of the crazy MF8 2x2 version 011, which is equivalent to the Jupiter from the 3x3s. And what that means is zero face is a face that stays stationary. And in this case, let me just figure out which one it is just to show. Okay, so see this one, when I turn it, the internal circle stays fixed. This is a zero face, and the rest of them are one faces, which means the circles turn with the outer pieces on the rest of the faces. Now, unlike the 3x3s, where the center is what causes the circle to become stationary, in here it's a specific corner piece, and in this case this white is the one that causes the circle to be stationary. And as a result, you can look at this opposite QB here, the orange, blue, yellow, it never scrambles. And that's even though it's only this piece that's scrambling, which is opposite the yellow, but opposite the blue, it's not bandaged. But still, nevertheless, because of the way the puzzle is made, this corner never scrambles. Now, the method that I use to solve this is I reduce it intuitively, similar to how you would with the 3x3 Jupiter cube. And then I use certain intuitive sequences and certain algorithms that most of us are familiar with in order to, to complete the solve, which I'll show as I proceed. So first is to realize which piece is the one that's causing, the zero face, the bandaging basically. In this case, it's this white piece. So I'm going to use this face with this white piece here, not moving it away from here, to reduce the other corners. And I'm going to do this by turning only certain moves. Basically, I'm going to turn, so assuming this is let's say this is the front face, for example. So I'm going to turn the R, I'm going to turn the U, and I'm going to turn the F. I'm not going to be turning the B, the L, or the D. That's in order to maintain this piece here. And this part is pretty intuitive. And so let's proceed. This piece is going to be the last one that we're going to reduce. So we're not worried about reducing this white to a white piece. We're reducing primarily these pieces right now. And in the end, once we reduce the final pieces, we're going to reduce this one as well. Okay, so we have a blue piece here and a blue here. So turn this in, and this is reduced. And once again, we don't care that this is reduced right now. So this is reduced. We move it out of the way any way we can. At this point, it's fairly easy. We just turn it, and all of them are, you can see, not reduced. So we do this, turn out this white is reduced, so we get it out of there. Now we turn it like this. You can see this green is reduced, and turn it again. Let's see, there's none of the outer pieces match any of the inner pieces. If we do a turn, let's say like this, green and the orange. So let's see, if I turn like this, then get this orange out. So I'm gonna move these two out of the way. I'm gonna put this one here, which is not reduced, and then from here, if I do a turn like this, you can see this and this get reduced. And it's going to get a little more complicated as we get towards the last ones. So let's see. If I turn like this, I want to get this out. So if I turn this here and I put this in like this, and I don't have any matching colors. So let's see what else I could do. If I move this out, or let's see, if I move this out, this is where I have to start getting more creative. And of course I could reduce it like by destroying pieces, but usually I prefer not to do that unless I could reduce two pieces by destroying one. And so so let's see. Okay, from here, I could do a turn like this, and this is reduced. And then if I turn this here, no, here. Okay, just at this point it's still all intuitive. And so I turn this, and this piece is here. And I'm gonna be starting to use an algorithm, which is really like a sledgehammer. It's very easy. So basically, it's gonna keep these pieces here, this here, and this one I'm gonna be putting into here, and just like down, down, up, up, down, down, up, until it puts in the way you want to put it in. You can see I put in this piece, which is the side that I wanted to put in. I see what I could reduce. I reduce this one, okay, and just turn it like this. Turn this. I've reduced 2 pieces. Do another turn. I reduced 2 more pieces, and now I'm getting to a point, I think, where I have more and more pieces reduced. Okay, so let's see. I don't want to break this one for now, so let's see what could I do. This is where you just kind of get creative and use some intuition. So I'm gonna try to flip this one in a way so I could put it here. So I'm gonna flip it in here, down, down, up, down, down, up. And you can see I flipped it in a way where if I turn it like this, I'll get a piece here. Now, what can I put in here? If I turn it like this, okay, so if I turn it like this, I could put this one here, so down, down, up. Okay, if I go like this, so I reduce 2 pieces, and I turn this in. Let me just take stock of what I have reduced so far. So everything here, here. So it looks like I just have these 2 and these 2 left to reduce. So I see if I make it turn like this, right now you can see I have a single one reduced, but if I turn like this, I reduce both. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn this, I put this in here, and I'm gonna rotate this, so this is gonna be here, so that when I could move it in here. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, it's here, and I could turn it in here. Now, what can I put here? So really, I need to put this in here. So what I'm gonna do, I'll put this white here, and I'll explain why. Let me put it so down, down, up, up. So this way I do a 180 turn, and this solved piece is gonna end up here, whereas this unsolved piece is gonna be here, and then I could use this one. So, and in the process, I actually reduced this piece as well. Okay, so now I could turn this here. Okay, and now if I put a white piece here and I do a 180 turn, it's going to reduce both of these. The whites are just going to exchange and not going to be broken apart, and that should finish the reduction stage. And I have a white here, so down, down, up, up. You can see I do a 180 turn, and it is reduced. Let's just double check, make sure everything is reduced. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to start by basically doing the yellow side and then the white side, and let me explain how. So a lot of this is intuitive, and in some cases you could do it entirely intuitive. There is an algorithm that I do like to use that's quite helpful. So first I'm going to try to do it intuitively to the extent that I can, bearing in mind where that piece is. That's the 0 piece. So let me just double check. Okay, so it's this piece that's the bandaged piece, and you have to make sure when this is here, let's assume this is the front face and this is on the bottom left, I'm only doing right and basically R and U turns in order not to break any of the reduction apart. So only 2 turns. At this point I can no longer do the F turns like I did before. Okay, so let's see. And obviously since this is here, so let's put this on the bottom back. We'll build a yellow layer here. Okay, so if I bring this up, let's see, bring this down. Okay, so we have most of it solved. And now we need to get this piece up here. Let's see. how we could go about doing that. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna turn this away, and I'm gonna do up, up, down, down with this piece here to try to flip. Actually, I'm gonna even do it like this, not to disturb that yellow piece there. So let's see, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Okay, let's just see where I'm holding. Okay. So really, it's gonna have to be like this. Okay, so you see I match this. Now this piece is the one that I'm gonna be flipping. Okay. Okay, so down, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, up, and okay, so I got all yellow. Now I could continue doing this intuitively, and eventually I'll get it, you know, but at this point, let's see what options I have. Okay, so I have all yellow here. They're not all placed right, but that's fine. Let's keep it that way for now. Let's focus on the white. So it may be possible to do these intuitively, and I have done it once or twice, you know, but what I like to do in this case is use a certain algorithm that's not going to disturb the bandage piece. Let me just double check which bandage. One's bandage. Okay, so this one is the bandage piece. So I'm going to hold the puzzle. So this is on my bottom, on the front face and the bottom left. Now these are the two pieces that I'm going to want to rotate. They're going to stay in the same place. They're just going to rotate. So this is going to become fully white. So this is yellow on the bottom, fully white, regardless of where they're placed. They're not placed properly, and that's fine. So this on the bottom left, I'm going to bring these two up to the top layer. And from here, I'm basically going to do a combination of an algorithm, which most of us already know. And so at this point, I'm going to start off with 2U. I'm going to do the soon algorithm. And I'm going to do 2U again. Now I could do the anti-soon, which is the opposite of the soon. Me personally, I prefer to do the mirrored soon, which I'm more comfortable doing since I do that algorithm fairly often. I'm going to turn the cube 180 degrees and do the mirror soon on the left. Turn it back, and I see if I turn these back, I still need to rotate them one more time. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. 2U and soon. Again, 2U, turn it 180, the mirrored soon on the left side. Turn it back. I turn this, undo that setup move, and you can see I have all white and all yellow. Now at this point, basically what I'll do is, let me just take stock. So I'll start with the yellow face on top. I'm gonna do the edge, the corner swapping algorithm. It is gonna mix up the internal centers, but you'll see how I'm gonna fix that in the end. It might be that if I do that algorithm enough times, it'll fix by itself, but if it doesn't, then I'll show you. So basically, they're all placed wrong, so I'm just gonna do the algorithm from any position. So let's do it from this one. So 2RU, 2RUI, 2R, turn the cube in a UI turn, 2R, UI, 2R, U, 2R. And you can see these are now good. And so before I proceed further, you could see this and this is mixed up. And let me just show you how easily it's fixed. So this is below this. I just do a 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R. And that fixes that. And these are still good. Now these two, I need to swap the same algorithm. So I'm going to do 2RU, 2RUI, 2RUI turn of the whole cube, 2RUI, 2RU, 2R. And once again, I'm going to fix this. So I'm going to 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U. You see the bottom is fully solved. Just a second. Bottom is fully solved. I'm going to do the same thing on the top layer. You can see this is already solved. So I'm going to hold it, and these two need to swap. 2R U, 2R UI, 2R UI turn, 2R UI, 2R U, 2R back. Fix this by 2R to U, 2R to U, 2R. And the cube is solved. So yeah, so that's the solve for the crazy 2x2 by MF8, the version 011, where a single zero face, in this case the white face. And I hope this video was helpful to some people, and I'm sure there's numerous methods of how to do this. It's the method that I find easiest and I prefer. And yeah, so that'll be all for this video. Thank you for watching, and until next time.